And welcome to another edition of East LA Sports Scene as we come back to the Boyle Heights Technology and Youth Center for our in-studio program. And this time we are going to be going into very, we want to call it new territory, but good, healthy, solid athletic territory here. And it's going to be a chance to meet one of our very youngest athletes. And she is also going to have a very powerful story that we're going to try and relate to you and tell you more about our guest tonight, Arianna Araiza, and she is very proud to be a member of the Montebello Indians in her Pop Warner days, but now currently attending Cantwell-Sacred Heart of Mary in, of course, Montebello. We want to welcome her to East LA Sports Scene in studio and get a chance to know you up close and personal. Arianna, how are you?
Thank you. Good.
Okay. Thank you for coming. And again, thanks to your family and, of course, to your father for making it known to us that you are quite an exceptional student athlete. And I say those together because that's what you are, your age. And we want to get to know you a little bit more. But first of all, Arianna, let's talk about how you started in sports.
Well, on my busy time, I would like to play. I was always active. And even when I had a chance to take a break, my parents would have me playing sports. So
okay.
I never really got a break.
But
football. I started off as a cheerleader.
Okay.
And my mom coached. So it's like family everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, take us through the beginning from cheerleading, of course, then you wanted to leave that and actually get involved in the sport. And we said football first because we said you're a dual sport athlete, and the other sport we'll let our viewers know that you excel at is softball. But football has been a very rewarding sport for you at your age. You've accomplished a lot. And let's go into your intermediate school days at La Merced and talk about those and then your development to begin to compete in, as they say, the boys' sports and football being your first.
Okay, well, La Merced, they had All-Stars, which had sports, but I wasn't really over there to play the sports. PE, I always found it interesting, and I was always excelled at that. From there, I played for the Montebello Indians at the park, and everyone found me good at it. Everyone commented. They were always positive comments, so I found that good.
And you mentioned at the park. Can you identify what park that was?
Grant Ray.
Okay. Yeah, so for our viewers, so they'll understand, basically you're coming out of the Montebello community in the city of Montebello, which is very, I want to say is very forward in terms of offering sports programs for the community. And good for your parents to have enrolled you in those programs.
Yes.
Now, football, though, again, coming, as they would say, she's a girl. Can she hang with the boys and play with the boys? And where did that strength come to you to make you want to stay in there and compete?
Well, all those girls can't do it. All those old boys can do it better. That pushed me to where I needed to go. And all those comments got me feeling like, well, if boys can do it, why can't girls? So from there, that gave me courage to come up and take me to the next level. And after that, I got all the encouragement from my friends and my family.
Okay, that's fair. And to stay in there and at that sport now, let's categorize and characterize everything now because with the Montebello Indians, this is a true Pop Warner football team. And there's different age groups and all that. So what division were you playing in?
Well, I started at the Sharks, which my first year was tackle, but it was supposed to be flag.
Okay.
And then I left there, and from there I went to the Indians, and I started off as flag. Okay.
And flag progressed into?
Tackle.
Tackle.
Yeah.
Now, position-wise, the coaches, did they have to make some decisions as to put you in the best position to play, but at the same time also I'm sure they're concerned about your safety. Tell us a little bit how that worked out.
Well, after tackling drills, they already knew where to put me.
Okay.
They we would do hitting stations, and after that they would break down to defense, and from there they had trust in me where I had to go and where I was needed.
Okay. And did you decide that on your own you'd like to stay on either offense or defense?
I would go wherever they needed me, where they needed a helpful hand. I was there for them if they needed me.
Okay. And you continue to excel. You continue to get better. And competition was you look forward to that, correct? To play against the better teams.
It's competitive. I like competitive.
Okay. And as you grew in the sport, some of the, I guess, the more competitive teams you played every year, were they kind of looking out over their shoulder for you?
Oh, yeah. My favorite quote was, "Get the girl, watch the girl."
Oh, okay.
They would always say that.
All right. Now, let's talk about a little bit more profoundly about the Montebello Indians, because I've learned through your talking to your dad, and of course your mom also has been a big promoter and a big backer for your success. You've attained something by having played for the Montebello Indians. Can you tell us what that is?
Oh, the Indian for life.
Okay. And that's a special recognition. Tell us about that.
Oh, yes. You have to play from flag to your midget year, so you become a full-blooded Indian and get the Indian for life. And since I've done that, I'm the first girl to get Indian for life over there.
Oh, okay. Now, and that's going to culminate, is that leading towards a special event that's been planned?
Their homecoming at Grant Ray.
And that will be in October, maybe?
Yes.
Okay, the date?
20, it's around the 28th.
Okay.
27th, I think.
And will you also be awarded with another group of players?
Yes, a handful of players that I've been playing with since flag through midget year.
Okay. And I wanted to say, while you're sitting there and I'm looking at your coat, I know that it's got emblems and symbols are on it. I'm not sure if we're able to take a good look, but if you showed your shoulder, maybe Eric can get a sneak peek on your shoulder there and explain what the
Indian
emblem
for
is.
life.
Okay.
These are for the academic. These are the scholarships awards.
Okay. Let's kind of just let it ease there so we can get a good shot and folks can see it on their monitors. And we see here the San Gabriel Valley League champions and Junior All-Americans, and you have two of the blue and red.
Yes.
And then you have another.
The white one.
The yellow and white.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's three.
The
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. And the two at the bottom are three?
The scholars, the sportsmanship.
Okay. Nice. Very, very nice array of awards. Like to say you wear it on your sleeve there very proudly. Now, I know it might be difficult on your right side, but it does say 55. Okay, and then
O-line. D-line.
Okay.
And DN.
Okay. Very, very nice. Okay, we congratulate you for winning earning and winning all of those awards. Now, Pop Warner has been a big part of your playing career, but you had to leave that as well. You had to go on to the next phase, and now you're currently a ninth grader,
yes,
as I mentioned, at Cantwell-Sacred Heart of Mary High School. Tell us how that transition has gone for you.
It's been good. It's fun over there. Most of the football team they played with the Indians, so all of them I know. I've been with them for like around 7 years.
Okay.
More like family now.
Okay. And also showing both of the helmets that you wore, okay, and of course the green and white Montebello Indians, and of course now currently with the Cardinals, and now playing on their team. Right, on high school, correct? Tell us how that transition is going for getting onto one of the positions and being coached by the coaches there.
Oh, well, the coaches, they know what I have because they coached me already with the Indians. So over there, the positions were, I guess, harder to get in because it's all about height over there. and I'm one of the shortest ones. So, but over there I still play DN, and they have me as outside linebacker.
Okay. Oh, because I see you listed, guard as well.
Yeah,
Oh.
offense. It's mostly about height on offense. So I'm not really on offense, but I'm fullback.
Ah, okay. So tell us now, 4 games into the season already, and how's it been?
It's been, well, we haven't won, but there's a lot of heart on the team, so we'll get there.
Okay. Now, let's talk a little bit now as you are settling in to high school. Academics is going to be, of course, number 1 on your list to maintain a good standing, good grades, and to be able to play as well. Let's talk about the academics at Cantwell-Sacred Heart.
Okay. Well, my favorite subject is literature.
Okay.
It's really different because I went public to private, so it's a big transition for me.
Mm-hmm.
But over there, it's the same, kind of just different environment.
Okay. And playing time, have the coaches been able to utilize your skills?
Oh yeah, they have.
Okay.
The only time I'm really out is offense, but I'm on punt, special teams, defense, and kickoff return.
Okay. All right. So far so good, and everything's going well for you, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now we're going to take a break in a few minutes, but I wanted to go right here at this point and give us one of the biggest highlights in your playing days so far in your career.
When I was with the Indians, my biggest highlight over there was taking out the Redskins quarterback.
Okay. And caught him by surprise, or was a sack, or just open field tackle?
Sack. It was an open field tackle too. I was coming in as a DN, and he turned my way, and I was already there.
Okay. All right. So, as they say, you meet the challenge and you rise to the occasion. So that will be one of your biggest highlights thus far, but there's more to come. And we are going to have more to come in just a moment. We're going to take our first break here as we're speaking with Arianna Araiza, and this is her opportunity here to be seen and met up close and personal here on East LA Sports Scene as we bring, again, stories in all of their totality. We want to make sure that our youngsters, even our players in high school and college and then beyond, are also highlighted here. But it's always good to stop and reflect and look at those young players, young student athletes that are making marks and doing well for themselves and for their families, their schools, and their community. So we're going to take a quick break and come right back with more of East LA Sports Scene. And welcome back as we are speaking with one of our very, very talented young players, a young athlete who loves football, and she's also a dual sport athlete, as I mentioned, in softball. But before we transition to softball, Arianna, let's talk about your nickname, because that's become a very good, how would you call it, a description for you. Let's talk about how you got it, okay? Because they say you're the icebox, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Little Giants.
Okay.
I've seen that movie, and the girl that plays in the movie her nickname's Icebox. So after that was my nickname for the rest of the season. Okay.
And it's stuck to you, and you're growing into it. You like it. Everybody has come to appreciate you and with your nickname, Icebox. Okay, we'll keep looking for that as you continue to get better and better. But now let's talk about the other sport that you're very, very fond of and very much involved with, and that's softball. Tell us how that started.
Softball. Well, I had to find other sport when football season was over. So I was playing baseball. Then I transitioned to softball. And from there, I've been playing 3 years softball already. My goal was to make All-Stars. First year I didn't, but second year I came back and we took All-Stars.
Okay.
So.
And when you say All-Stars, am I correct to say it's within the park?
Yes.
Program,
the
recreation and parks?
best 10 players get invited to play with the All-Stars.
Okay. Now, in Montebello, is it the travel teams as well? Because I understand that that's very competitive.
Yes, it's in Pico Rivera, actually.
Oh, okay. Pico Rivera. It's a league based out of Pico Rivera, but you're playing in it, and there's a lot of good players.
Yes.
Tell us who you've seen and who we might be hearing about, maybe also as one of your contemporaries.
Some of my teammates are from Pico. They go to, actually one came to Griffith. Their names are Vicky, Danielle, Sarah,
Okay.
Christina, and a few more. But
Okay.
yeah.
Now, just recently, maybe perhaps early summer, your dad was telling me that there was a tour or tournament that you guys went out of state or out of town and played.
Yes.
Tell us what happened there.
Nationals. For nationals,
okay.
we went to Arizona for nationals.
Okay.
And we were out of 32 teams. We came in 8th place.
Wow. Okay. And the position you play in softball?
Center.
Okay. And in the batting order, you're going to be hitting?
I was leadoff hitter.
Oh, okay. And can you tell us a little bit about your numbers, batting average or stolen bases or anything? Okay. All right.
My specialty was stealing bases.
Ah, okay. So eight out of 32, and that team now, of course, is a nucleus for possibly this. Would you say when softball starts up again? Would it be in the spring or?
It's still fall sport.
It's still okay.
Yeah,
Fall.
so.
Okay, so you're going to be going maybe back and forth from football to softball.
Softball,
Okay, wonderful. Well, we continue to pray for your good health and
Thank you.
to stay fit and physically well and mentally well, as of course with that. Now, your career is going to be watched and followed, as you know, by many people in your family, and hopefully now through more viewers who see you here on East LA Sports Scene. We hope that through your social networks and your dad and your mom, they will now be able to see you also in a different light. But Arianna, let's continue on here because there's a lot to talk about in so little time, but we're going to do our best. I got to admit, we have not had younger athletes, student athletes on the program as young as you yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there. So let's talk a little bit about your educational and then your career goals. Well, after high school, you want to go to?
The school that I was looking at was USC.
Oh,
If not that, UCLA, because their softball team is strong. And academic-wise, they're pretty good.
okay. Very, very good intention there to go to either one of those schools, but softball, of course, because USC does not have a.
They don't have a softball
Yeah, but
team.
UCLA does, and we've covered UCLA this past season. Jelly Felix, and the coach is very open to having Chicanas and Latinas on her team, with no doubt. And they're going to play a big part in this coming season. So good for you on that. But beyond college, when you get your degree, might you want to be?
Journalism. I like yeah.
Okay.
Journalism and sports. I would like to write about sports. Anything involving sports is basically where I would like to be.
Okay. By the time you graduate, there will be possibly internships available. And if you had your choice, what would you like to do? Would it be news, sporting news
Sporting news.
on TV, local TV, or ESPN, or?
ESPN.
Ah, okay. And the sport you'd prefer to cover?
Probably football and softball.
Ah, okay. But you'd be open to?
Anything, yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Anything else here I'm going to mention? If I'm leaving anything out here for your goals for this here, feel free to tell me anything else. Okay. All right. Now, let's move then into a very big section here. Some of the people, persons who've had a very big impact on your life.
Have an impact on my life. My mom, my dad, my family,
Okay, sure.
my friends, and coaches.
And you have a lot of coaches here.
I do.
You certainly could mention them briefly and tell us what sport they helped you in.
Okay. I have my O-line coach, Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
One of my head coaches, Coach Mondo Valencia. My other head coach for last year was Morago, Jason Morago.
Okay.
D-line coach, Coach E. Matt Escalara. Those are the ones that come to my mind.
Okay. Great. Coaches, parents, and now others, maybe teachers, other mentors that have maybe perhaps helped you in a clinic or helped you, in training of some type or in the classroom.
There's this one who held the camp, Coach Curtis. He passed away.
Okay.
But most of his camps helped me to getting where I needed.
And you're speaking of football camps or
Football.
softball? Football. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's also now leaving the persons that had impact because they certainly helped to mold you, helped to prepare you, and will continue. Those people are very, very, very powerful and good for you. But also we wanted to, at this point, highlight some of the awards that you've won or you've earned and merited. I'd like to start with this one here. Is that okay? So we're going to show it to our viewers because this is from the California Legislature, the Assembly, the Certificate of Recognition. We're going to hold it up so our viewers can get a real nice, clean and clear look at it. And Arianna, please explain the circumstances.
They invited me to get this reward so that it was for Women's History Month, and they invited me with a handful of other girls that have been doing exceptionally well at other things.
Okay.
And the Christina Cortez helped me get there, and she nominated me, and I got that for being like woman empowerment thing image.
Okay. And Christina Cortez is
she's one of the she's a student council at the city of Montebello.
Oh, okay. So all this was like generated from in your own community, right, in Montebello, and it's great that they acknowledge you as a very, very young recipient to have an award like that. So we congratulate you in person on having achieved that. Are there others?
Yes.
Okay.
Hopkins, they awarded me because I got top 3% of the city of Montebello.
Now, Hopkins kind of explain.
It's academic-wise.
This is an academic award by Hopkins. Would that be an academic agency or?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. And any more? Any others?
That's about it.
Okay. All right. Now, what we're going to do here is take another quick break, our second break, and we're going to come back with our third and final segment here because speaking with Arianna, Araiza, and she has got so much to give, so much to learn yet, and so much to lead by her example that we're going to take a quick break and come back with our third and final segment here on East LA Sports Scene. So don't go away. We're telling a story of a very, very young athlete here who's really sky's the limit. There's no boundaries for her. We'll be back in a moment. This is East LA Sports Scene. And welcome back as we round third and head for home, or as they say, 2-minute drill here in the fourth quarter of a big, big game. And here it is, East LA Sports Scene, as we are speaking in our in-studio show tonight, Arianna Araiza, and she is on fire with her athletic ability and, of course, her academics. Student athlete, couldn't be better defined than right here, and this young member of our community here. From Montebello, playing for the Montebello Indians in her Pop Warner seasons and in her career, and now at Cantwell-Sacred Heart of Mary High School as a freshman playing in the freshman team. And she has been with us here for the past 30 minutes. And we've just been talking about so many things that have helped to make her who she is today. And believe me, more to come. Stay tuned. But as we always do with our guests, we want to see the lighter side, the other side of the athlete and the student, because there is a time to relax when you're not studying, when you're not playing. Arianna likes to do many, many other things. So on our favorite list, Arianna, tell us when you watch football, some of the teams you like to see or your favorites.
My favorite teams to watch that are playing Seahawks, USC, and Dolphins.
Okay. Any particular reason for?
Seahawks, Coach Carroll, Pete Carroll, he coached for USC, and he was a great coach. So if he was a great coach at USC, why not watch Seahawks play with his coaching?
And if you had to tell him, Coach, let me give you another play from last year at the Super Bowl, what would you have called?
99 Power.
Okay. Wonderful. I wanted to get that question in because so many people have an opinion as to what happened, Coach? What happened? It was yours. You had that game. But onward and upward, and it didn't faze Coach Carroll. He came right back and said, hey, I made a mistake. We're going to correct it. And hopefully he can get back to the Super Bowl. Now, let's go to some of the favorite players.
Their QB, Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson, okay.
Lynch, the running back. He's a good...
Okay, Marshawn Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course. Sure.
He's a great running back. They have Graham this year from Saints. He's going to be a big help to them.
Okay. And looking, of course, the Seahawks, I'm sure you're pulling for them to get into the playoffs, of course. And
again this year,
try to get back to the number 50 in Super Bowls, correct? That's
yes.
what they're playing for this season. But that's in football. Now let's switch reels and go to favorite players in softball, because there are careers for women pro softball players. From what I understand, there's a league. Mm-hmm. And there's many players that are still able to play pro. But you've listed somebody here. Let's tell our viewers who you picked.
Jenny Finch.
From the University of?
I
think she was Arizona, or she was in Pac-12 somewhere on the Olympic team.
She holds camps. Famous. I know she holds camps. She holds camps she teaches. Batting wise, fielding wise.
Okay. So Jenny Finch, yeah, absolutely, a very, very big name.
Yeah.
Now, you want to go to a movie and tell mom and dad, hey, I'd like to go see some of my favorites, and you tell them I want to go see.
Well, these are like stay-home movies to watch them. Breakfast Club. I like old movies. Grease. Pretty in Pink.
You mentioned one earlier.
Little Giants. Little Giants.
Okay. Now, are those some of the movies you can watch over and over again? Maybe,
yes, those are ones to go to.
Yeah, they never get old. And you mentioned here there's the favorite actress that played Icebox was Shauna
Waldron.
Okay, all right. So you follow that very closely. Okay, now when you want to put your earphones on or headphones or just listen to music at home in your room, you want to turn on and listen to?
I mostly listen to hip hop, alternative.
Okay.
Those two.
Okay, and say on a big game day, anything you do special with music or something that kind of relaxes you?
I repeat the song that I've been listening to. If it fires me up and pumps me up and gets adrenaline going, then I repeat it until I get on the field.
Oh, okay. All right. And let's see, some of your artists then, music artists or actors and actresses.
Yes. Lea Michele from Glee. She's like an idol to me. Demi Lovato.
Okay.
An artist. Ian Sumholder. He's on my favorite show.
All right. And I got to say, ask this question because of a female, a young lady playing, as I say, the male sport, and very, very difficult one at that, to stay, as they say, with your diet, the nutrients that you need. Any special meals and courses of food that mom and dad recommend for you?
Steak.
Okay. Potatoes
Protein,
and okay. So to eat well, but still be able to
Maintain my.
turn it into energy. Okay. Now, let's talk about in our final moments here, Arianna, some of the pointers to give to the young viewers out there. We'll say the other Ariannas that are watching. We don't know who they are, but we certainly want to state that there are some young ladies out there that like football, and they're already playing at Torres. We've seen them at Roosevelt. Some of the other schools are already playing competitively. Might there be a message you want to give to them to encourage them to keep playing?
If you have a goal, live up to your goal, and don't let negative comments get you down to stop your goal.
Okay. And a nice tip on staying in the books, because sometimes, athletes, they've always had the how would you call it, the word on them that, they just want to play, don't want to get into the books. But you certainly understand the power of academics.
Mm-hmm.
Same situation. What would you recommend to the young ladies out there that need to take that academic load, and want to play?
Well, you can't play sports without your grades. So keep up your grades so you could play what you love.
Okay. And speaking of grades, the grade points, grade point average, might yours be a B, B plus?
A minus.
That's
my average.
That's even better. Okay. I think we've pretty much had a good chance to meet and greet you and get to know you and follow you. Is there anything else on your social networks that mom and dad allow you to be on Facebook, or ways that people can follow you or contact you?
I'm mostly on Instagram.
You've had an opportunity to meet and greet, and we want to wish you all the best. May you stay healthy and stay safe and be protected and do all you need to do in high school and then beyond. So East LA Sports Scene, we want to send you our best and just know that we're there for you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Arianna Araiza, she's been here. We've had a chance to present her in her first media outing, and it won't be her last, because at one point or some point in the future, she might be right here, as she said, doing what she loves to do as a career after she's done with all of her education and all of her playing days. There's a spot here in sportscasting for a young talent named Arianna Araiza. So, on behalf of Eric Sarney, yours truly, Rico Cabrera, thanks for watching East LA Sports Scene, and follow her wherever you can on our show here on our website, eastlasportscene.com, and then beyond through Instagram, and most likely on the high school website page or Facebook page. Very easy to find. Arianna Araiza, last name spelled Araiza. And with that, we're signing off. Remember, stay healthy, you will be wealthy, and you only see football here, but as we always mention to our viewers, make sure you get out every day, do your walk, do your jog, you swim, you run, you bike. You can do anything you want, because we want you to be with us for many, many more years to come. And that's why we always say, stay healthy, you will be wealthy. Take care, and we'll see you on the next edition of East LA Sports Scene.